Humidor shop talk. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Yo, what's up? What's up? This your boy, Mr. SmokeFellas, man. We are live from Eduardo Ramon's, man. We getting it in, we getting it in, we getting it in. Right here with me, I got my man KDL.
What's happening? How y'all doing? Good Saturday afternoon to you.
Got my man Lucky Lefty in the house.
What up, people? What's going on?
And I got resident SmokeFella DJ, DY Nemesis. What's up, man?
Top of the morning, as they say, for all the St. Patty's folks out there. What's up, everybody?
Man, listen, man, we got it in yesterday, so we're a little late to the episode, man. We do our normal blackout for NCAA March Madness, kind of like an adult hooky day. Man, we had this spot ringing off last night. My man DY had them up on the tables, up on the chairs. It was twerked out, jerked out. It was amazing in here, man. It was a whole movie, a whole vibe. Lefty, I was surprised you got up.
Yeah. It's the blackout, baby. It is what it is.
Man, listen.
I blacked out too.
Just blacked out early.
I blacked out. Definitely blacked out.
Hey, man, the stories that we got, we gonna keep those. It's just like Vegas. What happens at the blackout stays in the blackout. But if you ever want to come hang out with us, man, make sure you hydrate. Hydrate 2 weeks before, because it's a whole vibe. We do shots for free throws. If a missed free throws, somebody take a charge in the game. Block shots. It's just a whole vibe up in here, man. It's just, and then the classic one that we always do. If you say something stupid anytime during the blackout, guess what's gonna happen? Taking a shot. Listen, dude, it was crazy. We had whistles going, we had clackers going. Man, I woke up this morning hearing the cowbells in my ear. There you go. Man, but it was a whole vibe, man. Listen, Sweet's got one on in the front right now, man. Dude, listen, man. DY, I know you was DJing, but you was also watching the games because we got about 1 million screens back here. Purdue goes down. The second number one to go down to 16 in history, dog. What was your thoughts on that, man?
I actually watched that game, and Purdue didn't look like they were prepared. They did not look like the team that you had seen that ran through the Big Ten. They did not look like the team that you've seen coming into the tournament. And I seen Matt Painter's post game, and he looked a little dumbfounded. Like he couldn't explain how they looked. He gave credit to the other team, and obviously you got to do that going down in defeat. But he really had no answers as to why his team failed. I think we talk about it every year about the Big Ten, and they send 7 to 8 teams to the tournament, and we get to the point where it's the Sweet 16 and maybe one team left. You may see the same thing this year, but look at how the top has fallen. So, very much a surprise, but
We turn it off.
I got a feeling that you might
The
see
heat's
some
coming
other
back
Big
on.
Ten teams fall just like they did.
Well, as I was watching the game, my issues and concerns with a lot of the teams in the NCAA, if you don't have good guard play, listen, you can have the bigs that are just amazing. But if your guards, dude, I think they was 7 for 23 from 3-point range, man. But you got that dynamic big, dog. Do you understand? The screen and roll to the lob is like, dude, you can't stop that.
That's not gonna win you the game though. Like
But
you're not gonna win the game like that.
but that's gonna open up your right. It opens up your outside. But if you, like you said, KDL, if you can't hit the jump shot, the open jump shot, the open three, man, is
you gotta
you
look
did
at it like this too. He's gonna get. Let me look in the camera when I say this. First of all, before I start, I sat on this show. Correct me if I'm wrong. I sat on this show and said Purdue will be the first #1 seed to go down. I said that on the show. Look it up. I said that. I said trouble or if the guards don't hit threes, they will lose. I watched them this year. They're a good team. Purdue is a good team. I said they will be the first #1 seed to go down. Sure enough. I didn't think it was gonna be the first game. Sure enough, they was the first #1 seed to go down. When Big Boy gets doubled, if he kicks it out and you can't hit the three, you're dead. Because now you're going off. Swing it to a person that can hit the three, or when he swings it, or you cut.
So Kev, like you just hit on something. If he on the left block, they bring the double team. He kicks it out. That ball has to swing around the horn, and he got to fight his way to the other side to repost. No, and they need to get on the ball. No, but what happens once it got to this side, they jacked up a jump shot. He was getting bodied. He wasn't getting the free throw. I mean, rebounds or nothing. Now the thing is, guess what? With they don't have a player over 6'6", bro. They the smallest team in NCAA.
Other than Big Boy. Yeah, outside Big
Boy. No, I'm talking about Farley Dickinson. They don't have a player over 6'6". They average height is 6'4". This dude is 7'3".
Right. So what they did was they double teamed. We called glimpses of it. Double team. He was kicking it out. He did what he had to do. No one was cutting. So when he kicked it out, they was jacking up jump shots. Instead of somebody cutting down the lane or something. You know what I mean? Opposite side, top of the key you cut, or somebody baseline, they wasn't doing that. He was kicking it out, and they were jacking up threes, and they wasn't hitting 7 for what?
7-23.
Right. You're dead. Because he can't score. You kicking it out, the guard's not hitting. You dead.
Score with 6 people.
Hey. Will Wheat just said you can't measure heart.
Right. Well, you know what it is, man. It's what the tournament is about. You know what I mean? Like it's one off game.
Hey.
Goodbye.
What I say to you Thursday night when we was watching the Northwestern game, I said it's time for one shining moment.
Yeah.
They had their shining moment last night.
I mean, it's what makes the tournament so intriguing. It's what makes it great. It's what makes everybody tune in and make us do the blackout. It's for things like that, man. It's like when you look at pro sports, and it's usually that they do the series, best 4 out of 7, which in a 7-game series, the best team gonna always win.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Right. In a series, the best team will always win. The better team.
That one game.
Yeah, but when it's one game, all it takes, and Purdue 7 for 23, unlike them.
They were 23.5 favorites.
Yeah.
That's why you never take, like, some of us gamble. That's why you never take those high spreads like that. Right. Because it's the tournament. You're running into teams.
We here at Humidor Sports does not condone gambling, drinking, none of those bad endeavors, but carry on.
Even though it's a bottle of scotch on the table. But
shout out to the sponsors today.
What I'm saying is this. You never take those high spreads in the tournament. Because what happens is Big Ten will run into, I don't even know where Fairleigh is from. But you'll run into a different team, bro. They might be a defensive team. They may be senior late. They might be, right? So you run into a team that's not your style, right? So you don't know how that will go. So you have to be clicking on all cylinders. If big boy kicks it out, you gotta hit the shot. You can't be 7 for 20.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Most of those smaller schools are like junior, senior heavy,
yeah.
right? They're like, every Cinderella story every year it's a Cinderella team, and it's always a bunch of seniors and juniors. Guys have been together for the whole 4 years, and they click. Like when you play with somebody for 4 years
Yeah.
in the same system. Like I know what you're thinking.
Right.
I could just give you a look and know,
Right.
and you know what to do. So that's always a challenge. And a lot of those smaller schools tend to play unorthodox style, like style they're not used to. So you got to almost adapt during the game.
On the fly.
On the fly. And
On
you
the
don't
fly.
have a lot of time to prepare.
That's you're right. That's what I mean by when Bama's favored by 25, Purdue is favored by 20.
Yeah, I never take those.
You can't do that.
Not in the tournament.
Because it's the tournament.
Yeah,
you never know what style of play you're gonna run into. So you can't do that.
And you playing for their season. Like it's all out.
And
if
you Purdue
situation,
you're gonna get Fairleigh Dickinson's best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like you're gonna
like you said, you run into a team that got 4 seniors on that squad, and the thing is, some of them, this is their last game. They not going to the pros or whatever like that. So they playing for their lives, and that's the worst team to play against. It's a team that technically ain't got shit to lose, and they playing for their last game.
Ain't no technically they don't got nothing to do. It's like lay it all on the line.
Lay it all on the line.
It's just like It's just like a team that makes the play and they win their play in. Mm-hmm. Then they like Pittsburgh. When they play a game, came right in, went to whoever they was had to face, and balled out. Yeah. Us against the world, right?
Right.
That's the mentality you get. So if you're Purdue, if you're Arizona, if you're Virginia.
Oh wait, hold on. We didn't. We gonna talk about Arizona because that's one of your squad. So you might as well roll into it, kid.
Well, that hurt.
You got dual citizenship.
Right. He got dual citizenship. We always saying, where's Kev? Sometimes he's in Arizona. So we're going to talk about these Wildcats.
People in Arizona, shout out. Hurt. As if I'm an Arizonian. that hurt. First of all, it screwed up my bracket. That's number one.
It screwed a lot.
Right. I ain't the only one. That hurt. I had him in the Final Four. I don't want to go. But my point is this.
So your whole sheet away. Where'd you
I had him in the Final Four.
You have Purdue? Where'd you have Purdue?
No, I had Purdue lose. I told y'all that. I had Purdue lose. But I had Arizona in the Final Four. Not in the first round. I had Purdue. I got to look at the bracket.
I'm about to say, throw your whole bracket away. That's over.
But I had Arizona in the Final Four on all my sheets.
So you just donated, huh?
Pretty much.
You just made donations?
Pretty much.
Donated.
Throw your whole sheet in the garbage.
Arizona, teams like Virginia, teams like Purdue, you're going to get the best shot of whoever you're playing. Because they have nothing to lose. They're not favored.
Right.
They're supposed to beat us by 20.
Right.
We're going to go out here and ball, right? So if you Arizona, I will beat them. At some point, we're going to run. No, you have to go out. Because you got teams like, bro, we ain't got nothing to lose. Let's go out here.
They're in the locker room watching Rocky.
No.
Getting fired up.
No. They all sitting there. They all sitting there in they little on the shelves where you put your shoes in the locker room. We ready.
And when you the coach,
Man.
you tell your team at the beginning, hey, we ain't supposed to win. Lay it all on the line.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go out there and lose.
Play the hardest
do what you
ever played in life.
Like go out there and do what you do. You ain't got to get no big inspirational ass speech. Just be like, hey, it is. We ain't supposed to win this game. Lay it on the line.
Now I'm gonna tell you right now, another thing that helps some of these double-digit seeded teams, they discipline. Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
That's how they play. They've done that for years. They've done that for years.
Yeah, but you know how it was when we played, man. Like those teams with everybody moving and moving around, it wear you out, man. Like it's
because you're more talented. So
you're
going off your athletic ability.
I mean, you got guys off the ball chasing them around. It's like that's what makes Golden State. It make Golden State. So everybody's constantly moving.
You have to adjust.
It's constantly moving.
It's hard to
Easier
adjust
said
to a
than
team
done.
that has
You know
constant movement. And I'll tell you a stat because I
different number ones, like number ones going down like crazy. You think that's an effect of the transfer portal?
I don't think it's synonymous with the transfer portal. I think it's more synonymous with those mid-level teams becoming better and better every year. I went to SIU, and in the mid 2000s, that was really one of the landmarks. See, the whole Missouri Valley Conference was a landmark conference. We had teams like them, teams like Creighton, going to the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. When people started realizing that we could do things, we can make
I don't have
waves.
to go to the chips.
Exactly. I can go to this mid-level school and not only achieve my dreams of playing college basketball, but even some of them went to the pros or playing in and paying to make themselves up in this tournament. So I think it's the mid-level teams really understanding and believing in themselves. Like you talked about with the coming in knowing that you got nothing to lose, everything to gain. You playing with heart versus playing, X's and O's and everything like that. I think the transfer portal maybe somewhere down the line when you see bigger names, big talent, it may diminish those mid market teams, but the teams that don't have that effect, those are the teams like the Florida Atlantics, like the Furmans. Those are the teams that will continue to make strides in the tournament. May not go past the second round, but they'll make a name for themselves.
Well, I'll tell you what is kind of changing the dynamic on that fifth year.
Yeah.
The fifth year that players are getting because you got a kid that was balling out in the mid majors. Now he's gonna get his masters, and he got that fifth year. Now he's going to North Carolina. He going to Duke. He's going to the East programs now. So now this kid that was balling out on the mid level has stepped his game up to go to now this big time school, and now they jump up for just 1 year.
He's a
1 year.
seed.
Yeah.
He go to Carolina.
Yeah. Larry Nance kid was at Northwestern. Got his fifth year.
The guard from
Portal,
Illinois was at
and he
Texas something.
yeah.
He was at
Texas something. He was
And
came to Illinois this year.
yeah.
Also,
No, he was at Baylor, right? He
also it's messing with the record books now. When you get the fifth year, like the kid that was at Detroit Mercy, that was going to get Pete Maravich all-time scoring record, 5 years. Pete did it in 4. So he didn't get it, but he got damn close to it because he had a whole nother year of basketball.
But are those kids playing?
He had the advantage of the 3-point shot too. Right. He had the advantage of the 3-point shot to Pete Maravich.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But
and still didn't beat.
Right. They were going to invite Detroit Mercy to that college basketball because they weren't making the NIT just so he can beat the record. And all the Pete Maravich fans was on social media like, no, that's wrong.
Bro,
they should.
If you don't make the NCAA and you don't make the NIT, whatever that college invitational, stop. Like either you're in the tournament or you're not. And if you're not,
that's a money grab.
The NIT
for college sports.
Okay.
Yeah, you South Carolina.
But whatever that other tournament is, stop.
South Carolina declined it. Like, we ain't going to NIT.
Carolina.
Yeah.
They just straight declined it. Like, nope.
Right.
And I think part of that was they were probably scared the way they were playing. They
got
knocked out the NIT.
Well, look at Rutgers.
More embarrassed.
Look at Rutgers. Rutgers was making a big stink about not making the actual NCAA tournament. They go to NCAA and get waxed in the first game. So were you really? Yeah, the NIT. Were you really ready for the big league?
Right. So funny story. I was mad because Rutgers didn't make it. I thought they should. Right. Then they go out in the NIT. Really?
And lost within a minute and a half the game. They was up like 6 or 8 points, and in a minute and a half, lost. But it's like what you said. They ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, you big time Rutgers, we giving you everything we got. And that's one game. One game. One shot. They was like Eminem throwing up in the alley on their sweatshirts, came in and beat that ass.
Like my old day. Shout out to Fred Turner, my coach. He always said, if you don't make the NCAA tournament, NIT really stands for not invited. That's what he told us. He said, you're not invited. It's over.
And can you really get fired up? I mean, you want to keep playing ball, but it's like ain't nobody talking about
the coaches. For the
it.
coaches,
It ain't no NIT pregame show.
that's not.
Post-game show.
It's not a big
Oh,
thing
yeah,
for the
NIT is
coaches.
playing tonight too.
But if you're a senior and you got a chance to keep playing, you want to keep playing.
Right.
You know, and you're not going to the league, the NIT. That's for
NIT
you.
is the-
This helps.
By the way, they own in the morning.
Right.
They placeholders.
I guarantee you, Baycott, who's a senior, want to keep playing.
Yeah, but
He's
see,
trying to play in front of NBA scouts.
now
This season's just over.
you have
We done.
with the NIT, you have a few NBA scouts there, but you got a lot of overseas. That's where kids, a lot of kids get you overseas in the NIT.
So to answer that, yes, you do want to keep playing.
Ball out for some.
Now the coach is like, man, we down in the NIT. It ain't nothing for me.
Who was NIT champ last year?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, it is.
But as a player, you never want to let it go because, like we was watching yesterday, the crime. You mentioned crime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a senior and you done gave 4 or 5 years, everything you got, this has been your life. When that last game hits and you realize it's over, it hits you, like because you ain't going pro. Like, it hits you, bro. Like when you go in the locker room or you that buzzer go off.
I don't know if they can.
And you realize it's over. Like you, like whoa.
I don't know if you can see the TV behind this. But look at this little dude, number 12 on San Diego State. When they come back on, he the smallest dude on the court, and his uniform is still too small, and it's tight.
Well, you know,
weird. I don't know how I noticed that.
That's just the new age players. No, lefty. If you look at some of these players, man, they roll the top of their shorts up now because they want them John Stockton style. Yeah, he probably got the extra medium joints. He got those medium joints going on.
Got the flex fit on or something.
I don't know. You were in the locker room. People tried to grab the biggest shorts. We did it.
That's no more.
That was the Jordan era. So
that's no more.
Jordan 5'5".
So we went in. Everybody tried to grab the biggest shorts at first.
Right.
Get there late.
Hey, kid. I got into it with the center in college. He rolled in late. I had the biggest shorts. I had the biggest shorts, bro. I had the biggest shorts. And he's like, I need those. I said, now, bro, I got these. Man, come on. And guess what? In the game, he had the nut huggers on in the game. Because what was you going to do? You was going to beat me up and take them? That wasn't going to happen. They was like, why you punking them out like that?
Throw the uniforms out.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know. And back then, it was a 5'5" era. So everybody wanted the big shorts.
Yeah.
Everybody really didn't matter
black
about the shirts
for the playoffs.
But now
we had black socks and
black socks.
I hate to say it, not lefty, but they want the nut huggers again. They want the Isaiah Thomases and the John Stocktons, man.
I don't know either, but you got a point. There's a lot of guys now got them Adrian Danleys on.
Yeah.
Like, come back on.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a lot of shorts.
Fam got the John Havlicek 3s on. Like, this shit is tight as hell. Like, I don't know how the hell he even run up the court.
Hey.
Okay,
After the game, the trainer just gonna pass him monostat because he got a yeast infection.
We were literally
gotta peel his uniform off.
We were literally big shorts, black socks, black shoes. Literally. We went from black car. We had the pumps, the D Browns.
You old school, bro.
Yeah, we had those,
you old school.
The Reeboks with
the pump joints.
Yeah, we had that.
Man, dude.
They let us pick the shoes.
That just took me back though, man. About the uniform thing.
Like, bro, we gotta get some big shorts. We gotta get some black
that
socks.
uniform thing was real.
I was just sitting here, man. I just looked up at the TV like, damn, shit tight as hell. Like, he just really running around like that.
Hey, but
let's get into some.
But they blowing Furman out.
Yeah.
They blowing them out, dog.
I got
So you thought Furman was gonna roll?
But hey,
Yeah, okay.
We just talked about some double-digit seeds getting business. I don't know what Furman is.
I actually looked it up before. I was like, where in the world? It's a private liberal art school in South Carolina.
Hey, that was just like
they got a
last year. Stony Brook.
Yeah, we was all trying to find out what Stony Brook was.
Hey,
That's
in
right.
New York, in the Bronx.
I got a question. So, what's a more compelling matchup here in the second round? Number 2 Marquette versus number 7 Michigan State, or number 2 UCLA versus Chicago's very own Northwestern Wildcats. What's a more compelling matchup to you?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, hometown, of course, we go Northwestern.
Wait a minute. The first one is Marquette versus
Michigan State.
I got Marquette.
For me, I'm going there because Michigan State don't have any other blue chip cats, whatever like that. They are a NCAA constructed team with juniors, seniors, and they do it every year.
You taking Marquette?
They're not beating Marquette, bro. They're not beating Marquette.
Oh no, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm
Michigan
saying,
State Izzo bring it,
man, dude,
what it is,
dude.
They're not beating Marquette. I said it live on the show. Watch back next week.
Dude, you just talked about the Big Ten and how they come in one and done, except for Michigan State.
Part of the reason why I brought that up, I'll have a follow-up question to that after this. But for me, I saw Marquette play yesterday and was surprised by how good they were. I haven't watched. I hadn't really watched Marquette none.
I haven't seen them this year either.
I've watched them a few times.
When I saw them,
yeah.
I'll tell y'all something.
I believe they did win that.
They number 2 seed.
Yeah, they won the conference tournament
all year long, every year. I stay up and watch the Pac.
They kind of look like D Wade's team a little bit.
Yeah, but they ain't got no major star like.
No major star, but they ball.
Collectively, they're good. But I stay up and I watch this. Right, I'm a college basketball dude, so I watch it. I don't know if they won the Big East. Did UConn win the Big East? Or I don't know.
Regular season?
Yeah, regular season.
Yes. Okay. Tournament, it's Marquette.
Bro, Marquette is good. Shaka, he's a good coach, man. It just is what it is. Wherever he goes, he wins.
That's why they snatched him out of VCU.
But when you talk about compelling, man, the fact that Northwestern is when you
it's homegrown.
And sports, they not known for the sports. They always the bottom feeder of the Big Ten. Like for me, I'm excited to see that game, and I didn't even realize they like the top defensive team in the country. So that's gonna be a hell of a matchup.
They didn't knock off
like they played defense. Like I watched that game.
You do understand the two top defenses played each other. That was Northwestern and Boise State. They were the top 2 defensive teams in the country. And they played each other. And Northwestern
they ain't
handled them
all game. Like Chris Collins got the boys. They bought in, and just being from Chicago, you see Northwestern, just like in football, whenever they get to when they went to the Rose Bowl that year, how exciting it was. It's like Northwestern. Every
Northwestern is every once in a while they have a year, whether it's basketball or football, they have a year. Every once in a while. This is why they ain't fired the football coach. Every once in a while, you like, man, Northwestern's 9-2. Like you don't even really notice
you ain't getting no 5 stars.
So they go in there and they beat. You're not. But they got facilities. They're straight. Right. But you're not gonna outbid the Big Ten teams that's in your conference. So you ain't gonna get those. Top
you getting you probably even getting second tier, probably more third tier type.
Well, it's because of the academics. You got to have somebody that can actually get good grades.
Doctors and lawyers,
right?
NBA stars, but and that's why to me that's more of a compelling matchup just because it's Northwestern and a chance to knock off UCLA tradition. UCLA is UCLA.
Honestly, I had them winning one game. I'm a bracket.
If you go to Sweet 16,
I had them winning one game.
That'll be big.
I'm watching it.
You know what? Honestly, that'll be bigger than Loyola if they get to the Sweet 16.
I think it will be too. It's not like I think it's
yeah.
I ain't gonna say bigger.
Chris Collins.
I think just as big.
Come on, former Duke player.
Loyola went on a run.
Yeah.
And that was a good team. A real good team.
Yeah. And remember, they were good.
Disciplined. They were very disciplined. They did not step outside the box and nothing.
But you're not beating, bro.
Man, Sweet's in the back, baby. What's up?
But run, and I was in Vegas at the time when it happened. Bro, when I tell you the whole casino was behind Loyola, like, because they was the underdogs, everybody was betting on them.
I think whenever it's an underdog, though,
Bro,
man.
like the whole,
Just so
like
you know,
everything
the
they
show
did,
is
like,
sponsored by Day Drinkers for the week. So if you don't know, you know.
Hey, that camera putting 10 pounds of drink on y'all.
Hey, man, this is how it is in the shop. This is how it get down, man. Y'all got to come hang with us at the shop. Man, it's a whole movie, a whole vibe. So if y'all ever get the chance, man, pop in on us because this is what we do. DY, you said you had a second follow-up question, man. What you got?
And before I get to that, you talked about, and I'm not going to call it the Big Ten curse, but what the Big Ten does every year is the tournament. And you said that's a more compelling matchup, but I'll point out a few things with that matchup going against number 2 UCLA. Northwestern is ranked 232nd in points scored. They're ranked 340th in field goal percent and 286 in 3-point percent.
So we really need to stop the conversation.
All I'm saying is when you look at the matchup, I really like the way Marquette, Michigan State, we talked about those two teams sizing each other's up. Northwestern was a team that was supposed to win that first game.
Off the table. You give them
I feel like they came into the tournament kind of hot. But going up now against a powerhouse, a real good team.
Gave one win.
Gave one win.
Popeye's getting a free commercial.
I don't see it may be compelling because Chris Collins, probably get a few Coach of the Year votes.
Oh, they'll get eyeballs.
Well, he was Coach of the Year in the Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten.
He may get national.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He may get a few votes nationally wise.
They'll get eyeballs on the game because they the underdog.
Guess what's gonna happen?
They're not beating UCLA.
Guess what's gonna happen?
Look, man, hometown.
This is what you're gonna hear this door from some of these big programs like Chris. Come on, why don't you come on?
He might.
You know, it's a lot of coaches that get snatched up because how their teams do in the tournament every year.
I agree. What was the black coach with that squad? He beat somebody, and then he went back to his alma mater. Under Cinderella last year, they weren't supposed to beat. They beat somebody.
Damn, I know exactly.
And then he got snatched up, but he just so happened he played point guard there. So the job opened.
Was that Stony Brook?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. But whatever it was, they came to snatch him, and it was just so happened to be his alma mater. He played point guard there.
Yeah, but I don't see.
And they snatched him because they went on a little run.
I don't see Chris Collins because this is that once every 4 years where Northwestern has a good team. Like it's just like with Fitzgerald, the football coach.
And once in a while, Northwestern has a year.
And for some reason, man, a lot of those coaches they stay so loyal to that program. I think the big thing is no pressure. Like you ain't expected to win. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of pressure on you. So this one good season probably bought him another 5-6
Fitzgerald.
years. You know what I mean?
Tell him to show you his bank account statement.
I'm all facts.
No, but
remember, they were talking about him for NFL jobs.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say.
Right.
The only
Every
way
time
he
you
would've
hear
left
them,
is that he would've
every
had the
time you
Bears.
hear them talk about his going to the NFL, bag.
He the dude.
He remind me a lot of Harbaugh and Michigan.
Yeah.
Good coach. I wouldn't call Harbaugh a great coach, but he's a very good coach. The coach at either level, always well sought out, always looked at, always mentioned when jobs open, whether it's NCAA, the top tier NCAA jobs, or the top tier NFL jobs. Got job security where it can come and go as he please.
Yeah. He purposely throws his name in the hat with the NFL. That's not his state. That's him.
Well,
They were going to interview with Minnesota. You know what? I'm gonna go back to this.
Because guess what?
Like
we reworking some
purposely
deals.
throwing his
We
name.
throwing in some perks here. Yeah, take this. Now, you brought up NFL, so we got to talk about some NFL. But I do want to, say rest in peace to Lance Riddick.
Oh,
My man from The Wire, John Wick. I mean, Dude, he has played some amazing roles, man. Died at the age of 60. And I mean, we fell in love with him from The Wire. Come on, baby, the red couch. But then he was as cool as a fan in John Wick, baby. So, man, rest in peace to that man. You know, prayers out to his family. But let's go ahead and get into free agency, man. People flying around like chiclets.
It wasn't a strong free agent class. I will say that. And I know we were all excited because the Bears had a lot of money. But this free agency class wasn't like, it didn't stand out like that. You know what I'm saying? It really didn't. I still think the biggest story right now is Lamar Jackson. The fact that no other team is even threw their hand in the bag and about it.
You know why, though, right?
Well, because he wants. Well, is it the agent thing, or is it the fact that he wants that guarantee?
It's two things.
He wants that full
guarantee.
Because I got my opinion, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and say yours.
It's the agent thing, because he would have been talking to other teams had he had an agent. It's the agent thing, and they're scared Baltimore is gonna match it.
Thank you.
Baltimore will jump up and be like, okay, right there, that's what we was doing. Cool, match it. So teams don't want to. I'm gonna give you for 2 first rounds or so, whatever it is. We're gonna give you 2 first rounds, and Baltimore jump up and say, that's our number 2.
So they don't think they got a realistic shot. That's what I know.
Because the thing is, Baltimore has been trying. They have been trying so hard to get a deal, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and let another team go ahead and work that deal out for you, and then we're gonna come and match it. Right. Now you back where we want you.
That was our number 2. I'm glad you did that. And they're gonna match it.
Yeah. So now it's over with.
If you're Lamar Jackson, at what point do you get to I want out? Y'all disrespecting me. Y'all playing me.
He has to publicly.
If he wanted out, if you
Lamar Jackson,
he would
get to that point.
He don't want. To me, I don't think he wants out.
He clearly don't.
No, he's trying to get his money.
They got rid of offensive coordinator. Yes. Right. Or what if he left? I don't know. If he got rid of him.
They strongly
encouraged.
You may want to seek employment. You see the job there.
Hey,
you watch Georgia's offense?
Will Wheat says, can you say collusion? These owners talking with each other saying, guess what? Guess what? He ain't going nowhere because we going to match everything. So
Baltimore going to still be able to get him at their number.
Exactly. Now they're going to pay that bag if he go through the season with that with the tag on him.
He ain't playing under that tag.
Hey, look at
now. That right there is a roll of dice.
You don't have to.
I'm gonna find him every day.
Yeah. But you're gonna lose. He's gonna lose more money in the long run.
No, he'll get it back. I'm gonna look in the camera and say this: Lamar Jackson, do not step on the field. I said this last year too.
Kid, you did.
Not step on the field.
I don't see him stepping on the field.
You gotta be crazy if you gonna sit there and take a fine.
Bro.
Every week you gonna take a fine.
You
gonna say, oh, he gonna make it back. That's like somebody telling you that I'm gonna charge you $1,000 every day. You can't take that right now in your life, man.
I get that.
Why he living at a certain means, bro.
He just got $25 million last year.
But $25 million can be gone just like that,
bro. I'm not
when you getting fined
on the field until I get something that's either and in his mind he has to know he's not going to get a fully guaranteed contract. You just have to get the guaranteed money where you comfortable. You're not getting the full contract.
Just because you got $25 million contract, that means you could have some businesses, all this stuff, and now you're paying out money to keep your businesses going, and now you're getting fined. That's eating into your margin, bro.
You have to be willing to do it. I'm not stepping on the field until I get maybe fully guaranteed. At some point, he's going to realize he's not going to get a fully guaranteed contract. But my guaranteed money got to be somewhere close. You know what I mean? Like it has to be. Even if you give me a 3-year deal, where I can get another deal in 3 years, then you upload the money. But at some point, you gotta put my guaranteed money.
Will we say he gonna have back pain in practice, so he can't play?
Bro, I'm not stepping on the field.
Go ahead.
I'm not.
Here's something I want you to take into consideration. When did Lamar win his MVP?
2 years.
2 years ago.
2019, 2020, something like that.
2020, I think, wasn't
Yeah.
And in the 2 years since then, he's gotten hurt every year.
Mm-hmm.
it? Yeah.
Agreed.
As you get older, certain skills, especially for a quarterback, they
Diminish.
begin to diminish.
I agree.
He's 20. Come on, man. He's 26. Let's not go down that road.
Well,
dog.
20. Well, this
Or 25. What is he?
25.
25, 26.
Yeah.
Okay, so we ain't
But
going down that road.
But we talking about the NFL years. Okay, he's not a guy that's gonna play till 4. Not the style of game that he plays.
He's definitely not.
And my whole thing is a year off from football. What does that do for him? That doesn't make him more
Look at Deshaun.
marketable. That doesn't make him more compelling or appealing to teams. His money he's losing money by the day. But besides what he's going to end up getting fined, that means no endorsements because you're not on the field. You're not visible. He don't even really have that right now. He don't have a big shoe deal. He don't have a big athletic deal.
That's because of his plats.
But because it's the NFL, it's always that quarterback position, the most important position in sports, all the sports to me. Somebody's gonna want it.
Didn't Deshaun Watson sit out a year?
Damn near
Did
2
he get a
years.
bag?
But
So somebody's gonna pay him.
Well, but
okay.
that wasn't because him fight for a contract and based on no play.
No,
that was because he
that was outside. That was
outside.
That was
Happy ending.
That's
all right.
That's the happy ending. But check this out.
Don't like happy ending.
Look, man.
But how did he play after a year? How?
Okay, he sat out.
But he didn't come back to the middle of the season.
But
suspended
right, but the thing is, okay,
okay.
So he was able to practice with the team. He was in camp, so don't give me that. He looked bad,
bro. He couldn't be at the facility, bro, for 8 weeks,
bro.
So then he come in, okay,
and he's the new quarterback.
So wait a minute. So if Lamar sits out, what you think he gonna be in the facility practicing? If he sits out,
I don't know, man.
So when he comes back, he gonna be like a rusty old Toyota.
Bro, I'm not stepping on the field.
He should step on the field.
I agree. I agree because he could get hurt like that.
He can.
But
so therefore,
he can get
I
RG3,
need my money, bro.
He can get RG3 real fast.
Yeah,
right. I need my money, bro. Like I'm not stepping on the field.
If that's the case, and if you feel that way, then why didn't you take a contract? Why didn't you take what they offered?
That's a good question.
And it's not like
That's the question.
it's not like they're offering peanuts. They're not offering peanuts now.
They guarantee money one way.
I think it's what, 133?
Yeah, and that's insulting.
How?
Because of what Deshaun Watson.
Because first of all,
they
not even Deshaun Watson.
Cleveland jagged that off.
And he did rework that.
Kyler Murray got more guaranteed money than
Cleveland jagged that off.
So
Kyler Murray plays for a different team.
Bro,
they had money to blow.
How you give him what 180 or whatever, and you offer me 133? This dude ain't won a playoff game. He ain't been an MVP.
Right.
Like when I step on the field, we win. When I'm not on the
market,
field,
okay,
it's market. So
okay,
he did lowball.
Let me tell you. You know, if he's gonna blame somebody, blame fucking Joe Flacco. Because when they gave him all that goddamn money after he won the Super Bowl, he diminished like a motherfucker. And guess what? They could not pay defense. They couldn't do nothing on offense. Nothing. They couldn't do nothing for years. For years they couldn't do nothing.
He won a Super Bowl.
When he got his
I'm not. What I'm saying is financially, business-wise, they could not. They was handicapped for years. They lost people on the defense. They lost people on offense. And they couldn't do nothing for years.
You're right, but they had to do it. He won a Super Bowl.
But
and he's a free
from
agent.
the owner and the business standpoint, they don't want to go through that no more.
No, but they're gonna look. The whole thing.
You trying not to repeat history, bro.
Baltimore really wants to pay him. It's just that they're not gonna do guarantee. And Lamar, at some point, whether he get a higher agent just for this deal, then fire the agent. Like you need somebody to go in there and negotiate. Because they're gonna throw the hey dog.
They called us bluff.
Last 2 years, sir. You ain't been on the field.
They playing chess with Lamar and they got him in check right now. It's finna be checkmate.
Yeah,
they do.
I'm not saying that.
So here's a question: does it show some type of doubt within the organization if they can really win a Super Bowl with
Hell
Lamar Jackson style of play.
yes.
Because there's no way Josh Allen got paid instantly. Patrick Mahomes won Super Bowl.
Watch what Burrow do.
Josh Allen, Burrow about to get paid. They already talking about paying Hurts. It ain't even like a question. They talking about paying.
No question.
Because they believe they can win with him.
And I said this since Lamar. It's always a question with these running quarterbacks. If you can really win like that, and the longevity thing, of course.
Philly triple
They not paying. Yeah, but we'll see.
but he's not going to command on 250.
Yeah,
No, he's not.
but
But my point is, they're not hesitating. They like, we're gonna get the deal done this offseason.
Well,
right? They're not hesitating.
Right, but but here's the thing. But Hurts also, while he's a good running quarterback, he has shown passing wise, like he can throw that thing around.
Lamar can too.
Lamar can. He's gotten better.
We need to stop acting like Lamar can't throw the ball.
I'm not saying
we need to stop doing that. Like stop with
it's going to be the same.
He's a running quarterback. He's going to get hurt.
It's going to be the same question with Justin Fields.
Let's stop.
It's going to be the same question with Justin Fields. Why exciting as it is to see the long runs and all that, how many wins did that produce? Don't produce a lot of wins.
Well, to Fields, y'all gonna trip on this because I'm not embarrassed. But the Fields, the man
Here we
was
go.
running for his life. Every
Here
time
we
he
go,
dropped
America.
back, I'm gonna take up for Fields on this point. Yes, he ran a lot because he had to. He couldn't drop back. The minute he dropped back, he was sacked, or he's gonna be forced to throw the ball. Right? So to his defense, only like 2 years. In his defense, he has to have an offensive line. They're trying to give him weapons. So dang, ain't no excuse. You got weapons. But you have to protect him. If you protect him, he's the same quarterback you had at Ohio State that could throw the ball. He was throwing the ball at Ohio State. Why he can't throw the ball?
Yeah, because at Ohio State he had
weapons.
He had not just weapons.
His old line. His old line.
Like 10, 15 seconds in the pocket to
Cool.
stand back down there.
Yeah.
So if you the Bears,
the NFL is different. There are
so if you the Bears,
there are so many college
protect
quarterbacks.
him.
Wait a minute, kid. There's so many college quarterbacks. Like in college, they balls. You like, oh man, that dude is the truth. And they get to the NFL and they fail because the clock speeds up at the NFL level. While I will say the Bears' offensive line wasn't good, I don't think it was as bad as everybody keeps speaking. Some of them sacks, I'm gonna say 50% of those sacks
Was his own. Holding it too long.
You either miss
held the ball.
reads,
Yeah.
Miss a read, hold the ball. Yeah.
It's things that he definitely needs to work on. But the question, if you go with Lamar Jackson, like these running quarterbacks, these run first guys, how many of them have won Super Bowls? How many?
Run first.
You say run.
Run first.
You're talking McNabb.
Two.
McNabb wasn't a run first. McNabb was a pocket pass.
I'll say Mahomes. I think you could put in that category.
He's not
a run first.
But
Mahomes
if it break down, he can run.
I don't think he's a run first. I think he's similar.
Here's why Lamar.
Hold on.
Mobile quarterback.
I'll give you this. We don't know because they have not given him the receiving core that he needs.
He can't. They don't want to come play there because of the way the offensive system is set up.
Well, he got a new quarterback.
Give me his top receivers, and I'm not talking about Mark Andrews. You leave him out. Name the top receivers that he had that he could throw the ball to.
But here's the question. So why did they design?
He left like he was with Rosa Parks in the tunnel.
But wait a minute. So why did they design an offense around his running ability? They didn't design it. They changed their whole offense for him.
So they just brought in a new coordinator, correct?
Yeah,
Georgia's coordinator. Georgia's offense.
They had to bring a new coordinator.
Okay, so
who's his number one receiver right now? Tell me, and I don't. Mark Andrews is out of it. Tell me who his number one receiver is. Exactly.
That Bateman.
So
dude, he's there. You asked the question. He's their number one receiver. What you want me to do? He's their number one receiver.
Just because he's their number one, don't mean he's the number one.
Right.
Well,
so they have
I
never
thought
given
y'all
this
movie won the
man.
number one.
They haven't given this man a Devontae Adams. They haven't given this man a Chase. They have never given this man anybody to throw to. So guess what he got to do?
They designed the offense around his running ability.
As Tim say, tuck it.
But you're making my feels hurt. See, what you're doing is making my feels hurt. Because you ain't gave him none either. And you ain't protect him So the first thing he gonna
Nobody
do
has ever argued that.
so
Nobody never argued on that.
my field point.
We never argued that on you.
But there's going to always
That's the
be
one point that you had
and
against
wait a
my
minute.
squad.
And think about it. It's a reason why there were people like football experts that wanted the Bears to trade Fields and take Bryce Young, right? Because they felt like Bryce Young's a better pocket passer. So let's take this back to Lamar. Can Lamar get it done from in the pocket?
Yes.
And Baltimore got to be questioning that, or he would be signed.
Nobody,
There would be no question.
nobody
I
knows
think it's about the guarantee
because
money.
you haven't given
There would
him
be
the
no
ability
question.
to do
I think
so.
it's about the guarantee money, and we need to stop doing this too. Stop putting Lamar in a bracket when it's time to pay him. So when he was a running quarterback,
He
that's
been in
all
the
he
bracket.
doing, whatever. He's the greatest dude ever. He's the MVP, right? Now it's time to pay him. Well, he's a running quarterback. He may get hurt, right? Let's stop this. Pay the man.
If you remember,
Let's stop this.
They called
putting him
Mike
in.
Vick a
You didn't
coach
put him in
killer.
but you didn't put him in a bracket when he was the MVP.
Mike Vick was a coach killer for years. Before the Dogs,
Mike Vick,
he was a coach killer.
Mike Vick had a style.
Shout out to Mike
Right.
Vick. man.
So
But Mike Vick can throw the ball though.
Yandy,
That's why I like he can't
Yandy
throw the
say,
ball.
don't be surprised if the Ravens trade for Hopkins if they retain Lamar.
That would be a good look.
Thoughts?
It'd be a good move if
Here's
they do
something
it.
to think about. Top
I want
five.
him to come to the Giants, but let's need to hit him.
The top five quarterbacks in the league. Have any of them thrown for over 4,000 yards? The top five money quarterbacks in the league.
Mahomes, Burrow,
Top 5 money.
Burrow
Top five money.
Burrow and money.
Aaron Rodgers,
Yep, Rodgers did.
Mahomes.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen ain't got he ain't top five money yet.
Yeah, yeah.
His contract kick in this year.
No.
It's about to kick in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think
Right.
he's top five.
It's
money.
about
What's the little running guy from your state?
Murray.
Because he's up there.
Okay.
He ain't throwing no 4,000.
No, but he has not.
He has.
Kyle is still for
I
4,000?
think he has.
Okay. I don't know about that.
The year before he
you
got
know
his
what?
money.
Yeah,
The year before he got his
was
money, he
playing
did.
around. I mean, in a passing league, in a passing league, and we can always relate back to our own hometown team, right? With top rushing team in the league, right? Average more rushing yards.
Right
than
over
anybody.
us. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, three out of 4. Hey, though. 3 out, but top rushing team in the league, right? Even though their defense was pathetic, but
When he said us.
10
Fuck him.
10 straight
Top
losses.
2 running teams. Like,
This is
what's up?
the NFL is a passing league.
Yes, sir.
It's a passing league, and I get it. Like those big runs from the quarterbacks are exciting. They're great, right? We love them.
Can't be
They
your fault.
look great,
Can't be your fault.
but they don't win Super Bowls. That
Can
don't
you
Super
win?
Bowls.
It's going to bring the fans
Hold on.
in. It's
Right.
going to bring the
It's
fans
exciting
in.
to
It's
watch.
exciting.
Now, time out.
It don't
I
win.
told y'all all year I wanted to get rid of Daniel Jones. Because I'm like, we can't score enough points with this dude running
Exactly.
and not throwing the ball. I told y'all that. I told y'all don't sign him. I said that. My own team.
Well, let's talk about
I
it.
said don't sign him.
Daniel just got it back.
They
He
signed
just got the
him,
bag.
but it's only a 2-year deal. They can get it for money.
Yeah, they get money.
But what I'm saying is, what the Giants do in free agency? The draft ain't happening yet. And they're not done free agency wise either.
They got the tight end and they traded for
They
Watt.
went and got weapons.
Well,
That's what's gonna happen. This year.
okay. Y'all
You gonna throw the ball. This
y'all
year,
got
sorry.
another cokehead
Now,
on the team
We're gonna see.
that's
if you
like
hold on.
LT.
Hold on.
Well, rehabilitated, man.
Why would you go there instead of him being a top 3
Hey,
top 3 tight end? You ain't gonna
Hey,
mention that.
hey,
But
I got to get my
let's-
shots in on the Giants.
Let's go there. Hold on. I'm gonna bring this around.
He got a bonus of cocaine.
He got 2 years, right?
In the 8 ball.
Basically, it's 2 years, right? It's a 2-year contract. They uploaded the money, so it's 2-year
Right.
contract. So we're gonna find out if you can throw the ball, sir. Because now Drake was like, you know what? We're gonna change this. I came in, didn't know you. I took your best skill, which is running and not throwing, and we were making it work. Once we got in, it's cool.
And you had a healthy safety.
But not and you got us.
You
That
had a
helped
healthy
out.
safety.
That helped out a lot too. But now we just paid you, sir. That's what you're gonna do this year. So you ain't got no excuse. I'm gonna go get Waller. They're gonna get another receiver. Trust.
I was just going to
They're
ask
gonna
you,
get another receiver.
he just going to throw the wall all day?
No. They're gonna get another receiver.
Who, you know?
But they're gonna make him.
You talk
We're gonna see if you're good.
You talked about getting weapons, and I'm gonna circle back to my last point, and then I'll make the new point. The last point is only one time in Lamar's career has he ever thrown for over 3,600 yards, and that was the year he won the MVP. Hasn't done it since that point.
So
hold on. Let me move forward real
y'all doing
quick.
this, man, wrong.
You talk about adding weapons, Daniel Jones.
When I'm getting Waller.
I'm just saying adding weapons to this quarterback that you want to see perform.
Yes.
And we talked about what weapons does Baltimore have. If I give this dude $250 million, what weapons?
That's the point I was trying to make.
To him?
So are you saying when they pay Lamar, they have no more money? You say that?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm saying they
yes,
don't.
They do.
They don't already losing people.
They don't have enough.
You ain't gotta do free agency wise. You could trade to get him a wide receiver. You ain't
what?
gotta just be your free agency money.
Trade what?
Okay, so Kev,
They just cut
that point you making.
That's money.
That point you making. They just gave Raekwon.
They gave Raekwon $100 million.
They gave him a Raekwon. Okay, who? Okay,
$100 million.
right. But you also got to pay the line to protect them. Don't forget about that. You got to
be a pocket.
Right. You have to give him a line.
What he really could do.
You got to give him a line to give him 15 seconds back there.
So first of all, this is your quarterback that you anticipated playing anyway. You're gonna pay him anyway. You just have to whatever your number is. So they're done. They ain't got no more money once they pay Lamar.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
And he's the quarterback.
And put this on. I'll put this on you. With their running backs, they need medical exceptions because they get hurt in the first week of camp. Dude, they got to keep bringing people in.
All them get hurt. But my thing is this: why y'all? I'm gonna give y'all an example. Why y'all think the Eagles didn't tag no defense? They brought back Bradbury and somebody else.
Because they're about to pay Hurts.
Yes.
It's a salary.
So it's ways you can pay him and get him help.
But they did that with a combination of draft and salary cap. They drafted a wide receiver and they went and got a wide receiver. Right. They drafted on defense, defensive lineman, and they went and picked up a defensive lineman in free agency. They combine those two things to make, and this is.
So Baltimore can't do that.
And not if you give him $250 million guaranteed.
He's your quarterback, so
but the cap hit.
You have to know.
You got to see what the cap is going to be.
You have to know you're gonna have to pay your quarterback, and the reason why they to your point, the reason why they messed up and they're in this position because you waited 2 years to do it. You should have been paying him. You could have paid him at a lower amount 2 years ago.
So
Patrick Mahomes, price yesterday ain't today's price.
Hey.
So now because you didn't get the deal done, that's your fault.
Pulled out the Fat Joe.
So Patrick Mahomes, they gave him all the money in the world, right? They just lost their left tackle. They gonna lose.
Pick one right up.
They gonna lose.
Don't compare.
They grab Taylor.
Pick one right up.
Okay.
You making this point. You making this point though.
Well, you talking about a Pro Bowl left tackle. You won championships with him. You talking about defensive line, D tackle. They let these guys go, and part of the reason for that is because they probably have the best GM and draft guy in the league because they got a 6th-round running back. To combine with a 4th-round running back.
You talking about
right.
the dude LSU?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude from LSU, he got hurt a lot, right? Chiefs moved right off him and went and got another running back and kept it moving. Like it was nothing.
Kareem Hunt kicked the chick in the face.
But, okay, so
it's the same thing.
To your, I got to throw this out there.
How's he the president, though?
He's still around. He ain't the. He like a.
Like he up there. He
advisor.
Yeah,
he like.
He like an advisor. I want to make a point.
What?
They lost a left tackle. Where did he go?
Cincinnati.
So I go from Mahomes to Burrow.
Who gonna be tough next year?
In the division.
Who gonna be tough? Who gonna be tough?
I go from Mahomes to Burrow.
You can't tell me that ain't a good move.
You got a full year with what you call it in Cleveland.
Getting back to free agency though. Pro Bowl left tackles don't get signed day 3. They come off the board right away. It's a reason Orlando Brown did not get signed.
I'm gonna give you the reason.
It's a reason, and a lot of people are projecting him as a right tackle. They think he's a better right tackle, but he played more left tackle. He wants left tackle money.
He views himself as a left tackle,
right? Because he played.
The league views him as a right tackle.
A lot of people view him as a right tackle, but he wanted left tackle.
You know the left tackle.
Now, but since he did, since he gave him that $31 million bond up front, so that's a cap hit for this year. That's what Pace wasn't. Pose wasn't willing to do.
Right.
Right. Pose wasn't willing to do that because, like everybody else, they viewed him as a right.
Well,
tackle.
he
But
may
Cincy,
restructure because
Cincy is right on the cuffs of getting a chip,
They are.
getting a bowl.
Yeah.
So they push all the
so they
chips
going
in.
all in. But here's the
They
thing:
lost their Pro Bowl safety.
he might have.
Yeah. Yeah.
He may have to restructure because Burrow's coming up.
Well, that's
and
next year.
Chase is
That's
coming
Well, that's
next
why
year.
they gave him $31 million this year.
Right.
Next
So,
year, the
yeah.
cap is not that big after this year.
So
It's a
that's
when
tough,
you,
man.
Burrow and Chase is coming up.
Well, when you
They probably thinking in their minds,
But
we're gonna
those,
lose
but
Higgins.
those,
It's
those
Burrow first,
yeah,
then
Burrow.
Chase the
But
next
I
year
guarantee
after.
they're gonna keep
But,
Chase.
but I'm telling you, those
So it's
deals,
not all in the same
those
year.
deals are done. They've already worked the
Yeah,
money
yeah.
out. Those deals are done.
that's
It's not a question.
It ain't gonna
Neither
be
one
no-
of them getting franchised.
Right.
Those deals, they're
Right.
gonna be long term though.
I agree with
Stretch that money out.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. And they probably willing to lose Higgins. Like if we got to lose Higgins,
That listen,
because he was mentioned.
Chase and Burrow will be like Marino and Clayton. They're gonna be together for years.
definitely no. I see that, but when you talk about in a salary cap league, how you got to finesse this cap thing, especially when it's time to pay. When those quarterbacks come off the rookie deals, by the time Fields up, it's gonna be $60 million.
That's why
it's gonna be $60 million.
your front
and
office,
you do better signing him early.
as
than
you
letting him get
recall,
all the way to the fifth.
early in the season, what did I say? The front office is very important for things like this. Everybody be talking about the GMs, the coaches, all that, but that front office, that financial department that is working these deals out and having this shit already prepared.
But
That's why you go to the 2 or 3 year deals outside of the
So,
5 year
but
deals.
look
because
at
you got to figure who's coming up.
look at the quote unquote dynasties, right? The Patriots didn't pay nobody. That whole
Brady
time
kept
Brady
deferring. Remember, Brady kept
he
deferring.
deferred, and they still wouldn't pay people. We ain't paying them. So that comes with your front office with being able to draft, with constantly being able to recycle and bring somebody else in and fish your system that can step in and keep it going. Same with Tariq Hill with KC. You lose one of the top receivers in the league.
They had a number.
And you win the Super Bowl.
And he had a number. Chief was like, you know what?
We're not
Goodbye.
paying.
Yeah.
Right.
We can replace
but
you.
that's, to me, that's what great franchises, that's what they're capable of doing. With you got to pay your quarterback. You have to do that.
Yep.
But but when you start getting into these $50, $60 million a year deals, you're gonna lose people.
Yeah.
You're gonna definitely lose people. That's why you want to win early. What happened with Seattle after they paid Russell Wilson?
And I'm gonna get a Bears credit
Down
on this.
That's why I was talking about with Flacco. That's what. But I gotta say this comment because this comment is to you. Gandy said the Giants getting Waller is like wearing new Jordans with an MCM jogging suit. It won't work.
Damn.
So
first of all, who had MCM jogging?
First of all, MCM ain't showing his age. Number one. Number two,
what in the Crush Groove? What in the Crush Groove is going on here?
Number two,
Gandy at home watching Beach Street.
Number two, Waller is considered one of the top 3 tight ends in the league if he's healthy.
Yeah.
You go Kelsey, Kittle. Who's the next name that comes up?
I give you that.
Mark Evans.
Not
Shit.
Not over Waller.
Shit.
Are you serious?
Crazy now.
Are you high?
Not over Waller.
You crazy.
Look here. When Waller is healthy,
You crazy.
when he's healthy,
That's the key.
When he's healthy.
You making the argument right there.
When he's healthy, he's considered one of the top 3 tight ends in the league. Let's not act like because he went to the Giants, all of a sudden he's the top 3.
Has he ever made a
Let's
Pro
stop
Bowl?
this.
No, I mean Waller's good.
Has he ever made a Pro Bowl?
I don't think he gets you to the Super Bowl.
He's not on Mark Andrews level.
He ain't Tony Gonzalez and no shit.
Stop.
I ain't talking
He's
about
solid.
Man ain't never made a
Mark
Pro Bowl.
Andrews. Why? Because Lamar Jackson throws him the ball every single time. Dude, Waller is dude. So all of a sudden, Waller ain't nothing because he went to the Giants.
No.
Is that what we saying?
Mark Andrews is up there with Kelsey,
Why?
dog.
Because that's his only receiver. He's not up there
because
with
he
Kelsey.
got
Kittle's
great
his.
hands and
Exactly.
separation ability.
Right. He run great routes. His route running is ridiculous.
Waller can't play.
I will say Waller's top 5.
Waller can't play.
I'll say Waller's top 5.
Are y'all serious?
I think Waller's a top 5 tight end.
He is not better than Mark Andrews.
Waller can ball.
His route running is nowhere near Kelsey and Andrews. Let's just call it what it is.
I never said Kelsey or Kittle. I say he's number 3.
Number
Number 3.
Hey,
I didn't say
top 5 kid.
I didn't say
Kelsey
Kelsey or Kittles. I'm leaving them out.
You still drunk from last night?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Let's not act like the man can't play football. What are y'all talking about?
We're not saying that. We're not saying that.
Saying
it's just where you putting him at.
He got to be healthy.
Where you putting him at?
Just because the Raiders, just because the Raiders didn't know what they was doing with the man and let him go the same way y'all did Carl. No, I like he ain't gonna ball with the Giants.
Well, it is the Giants.
He's gonna be the best outlet safety blanket for Daniel Jones ever. Because Daniel Jones don't throw the ball down the field.
I'll tell you this, Kev. What you said is allegedly, because I got to see it happen.
Okay.
And for some reason, everybody.
I give you that. And that's fair.
All y'all wideouts and tight ends get hurt every year. Like, what is it? Ingram wasn't a bad tight end.
Well, he balling with Jackson.
Yeah, he balling. But he stayed hurting with New York.
Yeah, he stayed hurt.
He did.
That motherfucker's he was in the medical tent.
Man, he stayed hurt. Went to Jacksonville and balled out. Like,
Smelling Shepard towards ACL.
Waller wasn't even the best tight end on his team last year.
What?
He wasn't. It was Moreau.
Oh, so now Waller ain't nothing.
I'm not saying that. You said he top 3 in the league. We ain't named Kittle. Ain't nobody said shit about George Kittle.
I did. I said Kelsey and Kittle.
Goddard from Philly.
Stop.
Come on.
So
what's his name in Cincy? In Cincy.
Goddard? Better than Waller?
What's the tight end in Cincy?
Man, let's stop.
I ain't taking nothing from Waller.
Come on, man. Let's not do this, man. Why? Because he played for the Giants.
It's just what you saying.
He a tight end.
But had he signed with the Bears, it'd be a big picture. He signed with the Giants. All of a sudden, the man can't.
No, it ain't got shit to do with that. He a tight end that got over 1,000 yards.
He ain't even shown up at tight end university in the last 3 years because he been hurt or high.
He's been hurt. He ain't been high. Get over. He's over that. He's hurt. Been hurt.
Man, let's move on.
Bro, he's already over. Y'all stop.
He got a table full of. He got a table full of powder. He doing this right now, Lefty.
What y'all? You know what y'all doing? Y'all find every excuse for him not to work for the Giants. That's what y'all doing. And that's cool. But had he come to the Bears, we wouldn't be. That's what it is. They over the tag.
We tag team.
Legends, baby. We the free birds.
Y'all would have a different conversation had he signed.
Yeah, Marcy Project right now, like, yes, sir.
Had he signed with the Bears? Had he signed with the Bears, we wouldn't be talking.
No, it's a great pickup.
That was a great pickup.
It's a great pickup. But I'm just not gonna fight with you where you saying he's over Mark Andrews. That's all. Now, all right, man. We talking NFL, but we got to talk about this John Morant thing, man. After he did this interview with Jay Rose, I mean, they are making it. I got an issue with some of the things that they making this like this dude is going through something mentally. They never gave that out to.
It's called PR.
Yeah, true. It's PR. But they never gave that out to Rodman. We knew Rodman was nuts, but they never gave him a pass saying he got mental problems, mental issues, or nothing like that. They threw him under the bus every chance they got. But now they wanted to check. Okay, that's neither. Well, yeah.
You dress like a female.
But they got the dynamic to save this kid. Fuck up is a fuck up.
It is.
True.
You don't just say, "Oh, he got mental," and now that, like you just said, PR.
That's PR.
That's collusion.
Everything they're doing right now with John Morant is strictly PR. It's strictly
to protect his image.
Because here's the issue, and we argued about it in the shop. Everybody blamed his parents and this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, for me, and we can go in the box with this. We ain't got need no intro or nothing for it.
We in the box right now.
Let's do it.
Will we say softer, gentle society?
So let's do it. Here's a young man from a 2-parent household, private school, been on vacations, like the perfect Brady Bunch ass family. Like they beautiful, like amazing family. He get a bag. He make it to the league, get a bag, underdog story, small school, all that. Now he want to be Tupac, right? Now he death row. He want to throw it up, and everybody is his dad, his mama, is this, and it's the parent. That's the issue. I have a problem.
We ain't saying his mama.
Well, because you don't see his mama, but right. She's part of his upbringing. It don't matter. She's just as a parent, all you can do with your kids is give them the tools to make it. Right? You give them the tools, you tell them right from wrong. This is what you got to do.
You gotta hope they apply.
This is what you should. Right. At some point, when you get out there in the streets, you got to make a decision. You got to make a choice. And if your kid make the wrong choice, it's not always on the parents. Ja Morant, to me, is just infatuated with a lot of my people. I would say, we infatuated with hood life, with the hood, with the whole hip hop, streets. I'm from the streets. I'm real. I'm hard, and all this, that, and the other. But when people started, from Stephen A. Smith, everybody started going on his daddy. I didn't agree with it. And I get it. His old man can be a clown at times with the glasses on the sideline, this, that, and the other. But look at that kid's upbringing. Now, it's different. Like Jalen Rose talked about it from the, like, man, I did all that, this, that, and that. But Jalen was from the hood. Jalen grew up in that.
Real hood.
Yeah, like Jalen from the hood. And here, Chris Webber was a private school kid.
Right.
Right? He wasn't that dude like that. Jalen was a street dude. Yeah. When you're not from that and you choose to go into that, that's on you. That ain't on your parents, man. That's your choice. That's a horrible choice.
Jalen actually said that when they were talking about it on the Countdown show, whatever. He was like, this was personal for me. Because he was like, I was that. He was like, I was that. I got caught in drug raids and all that. Remember, he was in Michigan, got caught. He playing video game. They raided the crib.
Right.
Like, he was like,
but Jalen was from that, though.
Right.
That was his upbringing.
That's what he knew.
So
that's what he knew.
I was in that. And I started getting whispers like him, Kendrick Perkins. There's a couple of dudes that was like, hey, we got calls from this dude. We reached out to him in his camp.
Right.
Like a year ago. Like, hey, bro, you buzzing in these streets, dog.
And right? The NBA knows it all.
Right. The NBA knows
just like with Melo. They call Melo like, we know everything about the people that you hanging with.
Talked about Melo, that they know AI, all these people. But it's to
that's
me
what, that's what needs to call.
When everybody started coming down on his parents and his dad, I'm like, hold on, man.
Here's why. I'm gonna disagree with you to this point right here.
That's why it's in the box. Let's do it.
I do blame his daddy. I don't blame his daddy on the decisions he's made. I agree with you on that. But you're rolling with him. Like, yeah, you getting the afterlife and the partying. And
he caught up in his hood too.
I get it.
He caught up too.
But this is the third incident in 12 months that we heard about a gun. Right? Whether it was a beam with Indiana, whether it was a gun at the crib that you pulled on a 17-year-old, and now you in the club like this. You did this. At some point, you my best friend. You my boy. I raised you. You made it. Right? But at the end of the day, I'm your daddy, man.
But Kev,
but how do we know his daddy?
Right. How do you know that?
He's still rolling with him. Hold on.
That don't mean he ain't saying nothing.
I ain't
going at the crib when he pulled a gun.
Bro, he's rolling with the entourage. At some point, I'm your dad before I'm your friend. So I don't want you to blow everything that I've raised, me and your mom raised you.
How do you know he didn't do that?
Right.
Because he's still rolling with him.
So what? So he supposed to just disappear from his son?
No. He's supposed to be like, son, you're going down.
How you know he don't?
Well, I can't tell.
Just say
we all don't know.
Just say you assuming.
So we're assuming that he
that he's not.
Hey, bro, slow down.
Like his daddy was like, son, you gotta hold the gun like this. Cock it first. Hold it down.
No.
And then when you
his daddy wasn't in the picture when he going up the forks.
His daddy wasn't at the club with the gun, right? He's enrolled with him. You think that's the first time he's been in the club with a gun? You think that's the first strip club he'd been in? You don't think that your daddy is at the game?
So because his daddy's on TV,
your daddy is at the game,
right? So you assume
looking like Usher, but you don't think that he done rolled to the parties with John.
But the fact that people
is how he was rolling.
The fact that people are making him out to almost be a bad father to me is pathetic.
I'm not gonna say he's a bad.
It's wrong. People are making him out like his daddy. No. I told you.
I'm not saying he's a bad dad.
That's bullshit, Kev.
Because I'm a dad. So I'm not gonna ever call another man out for being a bad dad. I don't know how you raise your kids. But what I'm saying is you in the middle of the mix. And if he's rolling like that,
you a dad.
You know he's rolling like that.
Have you ever told your kid not to do something and they did it anyway and it was a fuck up?
Of course.
And okay. So that means you a bad dad.
I didn't say
You're a bad dad.
He
Y'all
ain't
doing
dad,
bad
but
dad.
that's your fault.
I didn't say bad dad.
So it's your
That's
fault though.
No, it's not my fault.
That's what you
So
said.
you just
Why is
said.
everybody mentioning his father?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's rolling in the entourage with his son, kicking it. If he was off to the side, he'd be like, hey, bro, you're going down the wrong lane. You chill out, right? But he's rolling in it.
Yeah,
So
but
if you're rolling in it and you as daddy,
If he
then I'm
rolling,
gonna look at you
maybe
as his
he rolling
father.
with his son to be close to him to try to make sure he's not.
But he can't be with him in every single. He a grown
How's he
man now.
Make a choice.
How's he pulling guns on himself to you?
His
Daddy wasn't there.
Was his daddy in the entourage when the red beam?
His daddy was
No.
in the car.
Not in the car.
No.
Okay. Does he know how him and his crew roll? Does daddy know that?
Yeah.
He probably know that.
Okay. So he knows that. He's showing up with the glasses and his own drink cup at games, shining sharp, all that. He's in the entourage. He knows how his son is rolling. I'm not blaming him for his son's decision.
But people
Don't
are
get me
calling
wrong.
his father out.
They're right.
Because you his
They
daddy.
calling him out.
They still calling his father out.
But
that's-
you're in the entourage. If you're in the entourage,
That whole
you gotta
cancel
grab your
that cancel
son
culture
and
shit.
say, hey,
That's bad.
bruh,
That's bad
you
business,
about
man.
to blow all that.
That's fucked up. And I'll tell you another thing, and I'll say this directly to the camera. All these individuals that's out here trying to cancel him, saying that he needs to cut his hair. His hair is what his hair is what's making him go down this path. That's a bunch of bullshit, man. That's bullshit, man. It was some of us. It was a lot of us out there too, dude. And I get it because you want to equate, you know, the locks and all that stuff to the thug life and all that, man. But that is not what the fuck it is. Both of my sons got locks, man. But my sons ain't out doing drive-bys and all that. That's the way they chose to have they want to have their hair.
Strip clubs flashing guns on their own Instagram live.
They not, because I beat that ass.
Wow.
I'll say this.
I think your
You're
son
the
can take
daddy.
it. I think BJ can take it.
Let's bring it out.
Never.
Let's bring it out. You know
Never.
why you do that?
Never.
Because you're the daddy.
I think nephew can take
You're
it.
there.
No.
Father.
I think nephew can
No.
take
You just made my point. Thank you, son.
No.
I'll say this.
Thank you.
it.
At the end of the day, and speaking
Y'all tag teaming?
Free burgers, baby.
from not only a parent's perspective, but speaking from a black man's perspective, I'm glad they caught this before it got any worse.
Agreed.
Because he could have been. You gotta understand something. He is a top 5 player in the league. Could be potential face of the league.
That is true.
Rodman would never be the face of the league. So nobody cared about what he did. So that's why he raised the bar of his activities, so he could still be visible. John Moran is a top 5 player, the up and coming star.
New shoe deal.
Ain't reached the upper echelon of his potential at this point.
Right.
And the NBA nipped it in the bud. I was glad to see that. I do think there's something. I'm not saying mentally. There's a problem there, but I think just common sense.
I think he was just wilding out.
I think common sense wise.
You young,
he's
dumb, and what they say.
Full of
Exactly. Exactly.
But bro, if you got NBA players, retired NBA players, reaching out to you last summer, they say, bro, your name buzzing in these streets, bro. You need to kind of chill back a little bit, man. Calm down, man. Right? And you just ignore it.
Because
So
you're
now,
young
you get a
and you out the league, man. You old and busted. That's what they saying. That's what he's. That's what his circle is saying. That's what his circle is telling him. Man, his circle is saying, dude, he old, man. He out the league, man. You shining. You job. You job.
Right. So who's really in your circle? Is that your boy?
And it's wrong.
Is that your true friend?
It's not. It's not.
And that's the problem.
It's not.
And that's the problem.
And it is. And you know, as black men, just like when I hear people say, well, y'all need to talk to the young boys and y'all need to mentor them and this, that, and other.
I get that.
Who says we don't do that? Who says we don't pull our young black brothers aside and be like, hey, shorty, chill out. Like you wildin'. But we know they don't listen to the OGs. They don't, like, you can tell them, but they're going to make a decision when they out there in them streets. Like, it's as sad as it is, you got social media, hip-hop, all this is more influential in a lot of people's homes. And I get it all the time with parents. You think every kid that's locked up or that this and dumb shit had bad parents? I don't think that. So when I hear the Stephen A. Smiths and people like that call his daddy out publicly, it's wrong. I have a huge issue with that because we don't know.
So I explained my point.
So but you don't know if his dad didn't sit him down like, son, you need to lose these motherfuckers. You fucking up. Like, we don't know if he's actually done that. So to call him out, and so to call his dad out on it, or let's just say, why don't we just say he made a fucked up choice? He went out there. He made fucked up several choices. He wanted to be something he's not, right? But as a grown millionaire, like not just 1 million, 20 million, like you got paper. He papered up. He feel like he the king of the world. And let's take this into account. You're in Memphis. And if I don't know if y'all been to Memphis, Memphis is rough.
Listen,
them motherfuckers, they about that life.
That was a second home for me. That was a second home. And I've seen the dynamic change in Memphis. Memphis ain't never had the blue light specials. I went down there 2 years ago. Blue light specials all through Memphis. I said, "Cuz, what's this?" He said, "Man, it got rough down here."
Memphis used to be a murder capital. Come on.
Let me tell you
Not
this.
like it is now, bro.
Let me tell
I
you
grew
this.
up damn near down there, man.
The man down there is Penny Hardaway. I dare y'all to challenge me.
Yeah, Penny is that dude.
Yeah,
Second
he that dude down there.
Now, outside of Zach Randolph, for those of you that are watching in Memphis, it's John Moran. So he's the dude down there. So I agree with you with I got money, I'm young, I'm the dude, right? I get it.
Memphis has a section in Germantown. That's where the players stay. They built a whole community for them.
Even if you Penny, bro, your name buzzing out here, man. You need to step back, brother.
My number 2 man in Memphis is Project Pat. Shout out 26 Mile. But to Luck's point, and think about this for a minute. What other NBA star has their father visible presence in their life, in media, and mainstream? What other NBA star has their outside of Steph, who father played in the league, father played in the league?
Clay.
Cat dad is at every game.
Okay.
Remember, he was getting it.
It's a very small percentage.
It's a small percentage.
It's a small percentage of fathers who are visible.
Yeah.
And to put a label or to put the mistakes that your children made on the father, I think is synonymous with what's wrong with society and how they look at us as young black men. Because it's typically what? Our mom. Mama this, mama that. You will never hear about the daddy. But when you do hear about the daddy, it's the daddy's fault. It's the daddy's problem. The daddy should have did this. The daddy should have did that. We grew
strong
up in
point.
Era,
That's strong. Strong.
Where James Jordan was a visible father. Yep. And he was by Mike's side for shit. He used to gamble with Mike, play golf with Mike, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it led to his demise. But it never put Mike in a predicament, in a situation. Yeah. So if you believe that NBA fathers that's visible, that's got a presence, ain't in their kids here, ain't telling their kids, hey son, don't do that. Hey son, I think y'all going a little bit too fast. I think you need to slow down. I think you sadly mistaken if you think that his father is in the entourage, his father is showing him what to do with these little kids or showing them how to hold a gun.
Like we watch BMF.
So
right?
hold on.
We watch BMF. Charles, my man Charles, Easy Rest Motel. Charles, Easy Rest Motel.
Easy Rest.
The man. But he wasn't in Meech's life. He was there. Like 2-parent home.
I think y'all misconstrued my words.
So
I'm not blaming.
No, what I'm saying when your kids get out there and do dumb shit, like what Ja Morant did, he's out there doing dumb shit. When we start publicly, like D.Y. said, calling out black fathers, it don't sit well with me. That does not sit well with me at all.
Especially when you got sons.
Right, like that. It's not he's not absentee. So if he was absent, we'd be on his ass. But he's there, and now he do some dumb shit, and now we on his ass. Come on, man. Like,
Will Wheat got a response to your comment. It's not just being visible; it's how you are visible.
I agree.
Thank you,
I
Will.
agree. And he's living.
That's all I'm saying, Will.
He's living a popular lifestyle
Yes.
based on his child.
Yes.
But I refuse to believe that he's some sort of bad influence or advising his child to make
Yeah.
bad decisions.
Right.
Or agreeing with it. Or
I'm
or-
not. I want to clarify this. I think y'all think I'm saying I'm blaming him for John's actions.
No.
I wasn't saying
I'm
you.
not.
I'm saying his
No,
father.
but
I'm
you
saying
admittedly said that I blame his father. That's how this conversation started.
So what I'm saying is, visibly, you're part of his entourage, and to me, outside looking in,
I think you got to separate the two.
Outside looking in,
Right.
When your son keep getting in incidents with guns, and you're a part of his entourage, because that's what it looked like to me. We all don't know. We're saying visibly. Looks like you are part of the entourage. And at some point, you got to be his daddy. Period.
But we don't know.
Now, we don't know.
He wasn't in the club. You saw the video in the club when he was getting popped off by the stripper.
That's because they was on the road.
And all that. But I'm saying,
what happens in the Memphis club?
But what I'm saying, was T. Morant there?
Not in the Denver club.
I need them to
what about the Memphis club?
I need them to get their names together because the John and T.
Yeah.
But
you don't think he's been in the club in the Memphis club?
We ain't got no photos of it.
We don't know, right?
We don't know.
And social media is a big thing, bro.
So
you don't think it'd have been a picture of T. Morant in the club? No. You don't think that'd have been out there by now?
Because Memphis wouldn't do that. Denver did that.
Come on,
Memphis ain't gonna put their own style out there and fuck up everything. They don't even do that.
But this ain't got nothing to do with where you at.
His dad travel with him.
Right. Social media gives no fucks about nobody.
But here's the point. Visibly, and I'm glad Will said that. Visibly, it looks like you're a part of the entourage. You living it up with your son.
Just because he's on the sideline?
You're supposed to. You raised him. You made it, right? But we keep hearing incidents, particularly about guns. But we keep hearing incidents about dude. He don't know about that?
Of course, but what we don't know is if he didn't call his.
You don't know the conversations.
We don't know.
Son, what are you doing?
So because we don't know, let's leave it all out there. Let's not say because we don't know.
Yeah, but let's
he
not.
Probably did it.
But let's not shit on him either.
Let's not then say.
But let's not shit on.
But let's not
shit on him for it though. Let's not shit on him for it because that kid, that young, I don't call him kid, that young man had a proper upbringing, 2-parent household.
He did.
You know, you see the family pictures
and bought his parents a crib next to him
and all that. Like that's big.
You know that?
Yeah, I read that. Okay. And I'm saying when we start coming down on fathers and even parents in particular for what kids do,
it's not his fault.
It's
not Ja's decisions.
It's not.
I'm not saying that.
You either want to be Tupac or Michael Jordan. Make a decision, motherfucker.
Well, this
do something.
This had to be a wake up call for him. Because I personally thought he was gonna get the 50 games because they was gonna find out that gun was on the plane. But he got out.
They couldn't prove. He had the gun in the NBA facility. They couldn't prove it. That's why they did.
Cool. Yeah. So now what you do, Ja? You lessen your circle. I always tell people when you get older, your circle becomes smaller anyway.
True.
Right?
It's true.
You grow.
And I gotta rethink that.
You lessen. Yeah, I was thinking about it.
You're a SmokeFellas. Y'all decision is bad.
But you lessen your circle. Works. They're gonna be watching you, John. So you have to come back all out, right? The NBA now see where you're going.
Just look at Melo. Melo got 15 games.
And Melo admitted that.
When they called him to the front office. And when Melo came back, Melo was like a choir boy compared to what he was. He had cut the braids off. He was just, man.
You have to.
He was on the front pew of the church.
You have to be, and here's the thing with NBA, with all athletes now. You got to carry yourself like a brand. You are a brand. And one thing I'll give Michael Jordan credit for over anything is Michael Jordan, he carried himself like a brand. You're a brand.
Listen.
When you out here, it's still you're Michael Jeffrey.
I'm glad
Jordan,
you said that phrase, the brand. With SmokeFellas is a brand. I say that to y'all all the time. But the brand thing, the map is already there from Jordan to LeBron The brand, carry your. You right. That is. I mean, you. That's your one good thing of the year because you only get one every year, and I give you that one. The brand.
I like to think I do it once a week.
No. Like Tim said. Well, the brand thing. You right. He has to carry himself. Now, I want to flip things up a little bit because we went in on the whole job thing, but we cannot go without talking about this Jets, Rodgers, this bullshit. We in the box, so we might as well stay in the fucking box. You know what I'm saying? Now, Aaron comes on the Pat McAfee show and says, it's not him. It's Green Bay holding this up. This already been said. We already agreed that this is where I'm gonna play as a Jet, but they holding it up. Now, I've heard all kind of bullshit on talk radio and stuff saying that Green Bay probably is acting a little petty because they don't have to do shit until June 1st or something. So they can just hold all this shit up. Kevin?
Come around. First, I thought Aaron Rodgers was being a diva. I was going in on him, as y'all know. But man came on national TV and said, I agreed to this last week. It's the Packers. It's dug in and they're trying to get what they want, whatever, over me. I agree. I'm out. Right? They want to go with Jordan. I love Jordan. He said the right things for once. Aaron Rodgers, he said the right things. He said, Jordan's up and coming. It's good. They'll be okay. I enjoy my time. This ain't me. I already agreed to this last week. They dug in, trying to get what they want from me. That's exactly what he said. So I changed. I came around. Because I thought he was being a diva.
Oh, wow.
I changed.
He did.
Hey, bro. The Packers like, dude, you done screwed us around, but 3 years?
Yeah, 3 straight years. He's been pulling in.
So we decide when we do it.
Yeah.
Which is now holding the Jets are hostage. They can't do free agency. They can't nothing.
So you
until they get this dude.
Rodgers?
I'm not taking up for him, but I'm saying I came around.
What that sound like?
I came around.
What that sound like to you, DY?
I came around. You know I can't stand the dude.
I'm gonna let DY go.
You know I can't stand him.
I'll get that to DY.
But the Packers never responded.
As much as I may not like to admit it, I think Kevin is right. I really believe Aaron Rodgers is trying to push the issue to get this done, put everything to bed. Some of the stuff that he does is self-inflicted. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't like his matter-of-fact commentary. And he's speaking his truth, and I believe it's the real truth. Green Bay, get the deal done. You've already agreed that you're going to do this. You already stated that our future is Jordan Love or whoever they decide to go with. So, and he stated that on the Pat McAfee. He said they told me that they want to go in a different direction. They told me it's the Jordan Love era in Green Bay. Right.
Yep.
So why not get the deal done? Get it done quickly. What is the point of prolonging this? Because you felt like he held y'all hostage? How the man hold y'all hostage? He won 4 MVPs. He won back-to-back MVPs.
That's good for him and the organization.
I got to call bullshit on you and Kev right now.
But he did everything that he was supposed to do in that position. He's not.
Ring the cowbell, man. Ring the cowbell.
He's not supposed to be Peyton Manning. Hair, it's all beautiful and rainbows and everything. And no, I agree. Push the issue. Get the deal done. This is not me being Aaron Rodgers at this point. This is me saying as a player, I'm ready to move on, just like y'all ready to move on. What is the issue? What is the point of prolonging?
Listen,
trying to make the Jets come on.
Let me explain this something to you, man.
They're probably going to do it wrong.
In businesses, organizations, and all that, somebody can be an asshole for years. And now you want to come back to the organization because you want this. And we supposed to jump because now this is what you want. We don't have to jump for you, man.
This is what who wants.
They both want to split up. They wanted to split up basically last year.
Okay, so
Let's be cool. But now you held us hostage. You talked all kind of shit and all of this stuff. And now you coming to me and saying he went into the dark retreat, all this bullshit. And now he's coming back saying, hey, let's get this deal done.
But you don't want
who the fuck are you to tell us when? Because they can hold him until opening day.
Yeah, they say they technically do it. The first week is when his money kick in.
Right. His money doesn't kick in till opening day of the season.
So you believe he should just sit back on the couch, be quiet until
No. I'm not saying that. But you terrorized Green Bay's front office for the last 2.5 years with your bullshit. Listen, when they paid him that money, they forced him to have to get rid of. They had to make a decision.
The reason why they can wait till June 1st is it's a cap. Something about the cap. Like it's less money.
He hits his cap at June 1st, but they already got it on the books that he's getting paid this year. So opening day is when his money kicks in.
So in this situation, who holds the leverage?
Right now, Green Bay does.
Right? Green Bay because he's under contract. Yeah. Technically, they don't have to trade him. Yeah, Green Bay. Right? So they hold the leverage. And I think part of being a great exec is hard negotiator, patience, and projecting, right? Like, they're going to go hard on negotiation. Basically, like, you're going to give me what I want. And you're not going to swing. I'm not going to swing the leverage your way because he said he wants to play for you.
Right.
I'm not swinging the leverage.
I need you to sweeten this deal a little bit more, and you can have them.
Make this worth my, give me something because I still technically own his rights.
Put up those signs now. Who owns who?
Exactly.
Green Bay owns you.
I own the rights.
I think personally, it's gonna happen right around the draft.
Right now, Green Bay wants just a little bit more.
It's gotta happen before the draft because it's gonna be draft picks is gonna be part of the conversation.
Right.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. So I think it's
gonna
happen around the draft.
Right. So really, all the pressure right now,
and I'm gonna dig on
is on the Jets.
I'm gonna dig on their
roster. On the Jets. Because the Jets want this deal because you got to start getting your quarterback in play to work with the coordinator. You got to get all that stuff in play now. Because if everything, if the shit hits the fan and the draft pass, the Jets fucked.
And at the end of the day, it's where I swing it back to Chicago. It's where I give Poles credit for is when you got leverage, you don't give it up. You never give up your leverage. That Carolina deal, which we're going to get into, as far as
let's go now.
When the Bears,
we got about 15 minutes left in the show, so let's go.
When the Bears traded that pick, right, they had a choice. You could take the 2025 first round, or you send me DJ Moore. This is what I want. This is what you're going to give me. This is what you're going to
best part.
But Carolina, off the 2024 first round and 2025, they said, no, you give me DJ Moore in your second round. Poles held his leverage. That's what made the deal great. You keep your leverage. Like the Bears went all the way into it. Like I don't have to get this first round pick. I don't have to get this number one pick up. I don't have to. But you're gonna give me what I want. The Jets got something. The Jets want something that the Packers has. Right? They and
the Packers got something.
The Jets want something that the Packers basically own. So I'm going to dig in your roster, see who I want off your roster, the picks I want. No, you're going to give it up. And I think the Packers are doing the right thing. Just because he said that's where he going, you don't make that call because you did this dumbass wish list about the people you want to sign. Like, I want this person, that person, that person.
I'll give it all that.
The Packers are taking the leverage out of Aaron Rodgers and the Jets hands and saying, no, we own this shit. We got this. So they should win. I think the Packers are doing the right thing.
Would you agree that it's going to happen around the draft because it's picks them up?
It has to. It has to.
But this is...
And they're going to want a first-round pick. I don't care how old he is.
Of course, Aaron Rodgers. Literally, though.
D.Y.?
They are holding their free agency up. The Jets can't do nothing.
I don't think they hold free agency up because the Jets
can't go out and spend money, bro.
Yeah, but they're not looking, I don't think, that much into free agency. The Jets have built that team off of draft picks. They got the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year, both of whom that they drafted. They built that offensive line off of the draft. So obviously the conversation is coming from there. My question to you all is put yourself in the GMC and honestly ask yourself, what is it that you want from Green Bay or from New York compensation wise? What is it realistic that you want? Is it a number one pick? Is Aaron Rodgers worth your number one pick this year or next year? Or both? Is he worth a second round? What picks are you willing to give up? Because they still got good picks.
They do.
Left.
They do.
See, Green Bay wants that.
Green Bay gonna give you Aaron Rodgers without the first round pick?
I think it's possible, depending on what else they can package with the deal. Realistically speaking, if you in the GM, and that's my question to you all, if you in the GMC, what is it going to take? First round, 2 first rounds, first round this year, next year. What is it going to take?
First round this year, next year, or first round
DY.
Like they're gonna.
You really hitting on that because you know why?
They might be going after one of their players.
Why the Jets are kind of hesitant is because you're not sure. It's this one season you got him for. What about year 2?
He's under contract for 2 more years, all right? Technically, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But it's an opt-out.
It's an opt-out.
You never know.
You don't know with this dude. So they don't have no contingencies or nothing because the contract is already – he has to be willing to rework that contract when he comes to the Jets. Even if it's just 2 years, he got to rework that and agreed upon at least 2 years.
You can take him 2 years or some money to that.
But then you give up – you giving a first-round pick. So now, you know, every good team in the NFL – is trying to build. Even though you might be good, you still trying to build, and that takes away a part of that.
They got a young squad.
They got a young squad.
Young defense, young offense. They got the wide receivers rookie of the year. The running back got hurt.
Yeah, but when we say the Packers are holding the deal up, it's almost like
we got 10 minutes left.
You can talk like with the Lakers, right? Pelinka held Westbrook, right? We all thought he should have traded Westbrook last year in offseason. He held his leverage. What did Houston try to give him? John Wall and one of picks. And this a dude that ain't in league, no. Like he literally just out here like I'm not giving up my leverage for nobody. Like as a negotiating, when you a GM, like you got to be a negotiating, holding cards. The Jets can't come to the table to me like, well, he said he want to come here, so this is all we just gonna throw you this, and you just got to take it. I ain't got to take it. He on the contract, man.
Hey, all bullshit. John Wall agent is a mastermind because his contract.
He paid.
That contract is what 10 years or something? Because man, he been getting paid for like 5-6 years and probably played in 20 games.
But nobody could account for him taking 2 years off of being hurt either. I think it's a little
being hurt. I got to do one of these.
It's a little noise in there. and you see, what is John Wall doing right now?
At home, playing a video game.
Going to the bank, 1st and 15.
And what did I mention at the top of the show about?
He should have been at the black guy. He ain't doing that.
Right. I see where you're going, DY. He's sitting at the crib and his game is diminishing.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying with that Westbrook deal, right? Everybody said Lakers should have did it. They should have just traded.
Should have did the pace.
Pelinka held out. He ended up with a young D'Angelo Russell,
who's been balling.
He ended up with a better deal because he never let nobody take the leverage from him. Yeah, y'all think we want to get rid of Westbrook. You know what? We're going to hold him. I'll keep him as long as I have to. And I'm going to get the best deal. I'm not just throwing it away. The Packers are in that same position to say, yeah, I know he want to go. But he ain't got no say-so. You've been running us for years. Now we run. Now we going to control it. We're going to get what we want out of this deal. And that's the right thing to do.
That's what they're doing.
That's the right thing to do.
Jets draft picks this year. They got 13th in the first round, 43rd in the second, 74th in the third. So I'm giving up first round.
I need that one.
Oh, you're gonna get
I need 13.
and here's one last thing you can add to that. Because of the money, how much money you got to pay Aaron Rodgers, I think you got to package some players with him to make the money right.
I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what players? Because there's some players that they don't want to give up.
Number one,
That's what's
number one,
probably
if the Jets don't find anybody that they want, because they're not going to take their core young talent.
No.
True.
Right.
You could take some sort of expiring contract and get that money off your books in a year, off the salary cap hit in a year.
Right.
Or you can try to say, if I'm giving you Aaron Rodgers, a couple, one first and a couple of seconds, or a first and a third, coupled with X players expiring contract. They basically essentially trying to do the math right now to get this deal done, which I don't think is a problem.
But like you said, he got a restructuring coming in. Like he's due, what, 50 this year?
50.
Yeah.
50, 59, that's crazy.
Yeah.
50. So he's due 50. He's under contract for technically 2 years. He's 50 this year. So they got to cap that in because it's time to pay one of them defensive dudes. And that's my point. They're stuck right now because they can't make a move until you work out his money. And then, okay, boom, this is his money. Now we got to pay you. It's a dude, and I forgot the name of the dude, but it's a defensive dude who's up this year. The Jets can't pay him yet.
So right now,
So they stuck.
they
Dude.
like Chicago PD. They got the board up with all the people, and they say, okay, if this happens, this is our financials. We doing this. If this happened, boom, we got this. But it's all hinging on Rodgers.
You know what the package looking at? They're looking at Russell Wilson's deal. The package that Seattle got for Russell Wilson.
You just say they don't have to first, right?
He'll give it up like on prom night.
He's gonna give it up.
He gonna give it up.
Give it up.
They can always get a future, but I don't want. Do I want to give up my future first instead of a future second or third?
You're gonna do
For
it.
a dude that may play for 2 years.
For a dude that's 40
Right,
years
he might
old,
retire.
But at this point,
for a
you
dude
either
that's 40 years old,
Yep.
NFL quarterback that's 40 years old, granted full-time MVP, still playing at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do it.
But he hosts Jeopardy.
You're gonna do it because at this point
he
you
hosts
all
Jeopardy.
in
So why ain't the deal
And he
done?
on the podcast.
because they want one of them players that the Jets don't want to come over.
Right.
That's
Right.
So that should be easy money.
bro. The Packers want somebody
They want
that they don't want to give up
but they want Aaron Rodgers.
because it ain't about the money.
Who did Denver gave up the young tight end? Was it with that deal? They got
you're
2
right.
picks,
That's
2
in
first round. They gave up a player.
what's
Like,
his name in
They
Seattle?
looking at that, but not the Jets.
tight
Like I said,
end.
the Jets.
I think his name.
The,
African dude. You got African last name.
the Jets can't come into this negotiation like they holding the cards.
No, they're not.
You ain't holding no cards.
Again, they're stuck.
Exactly. Like
You
and,
have-
and,
like,
and
if-
the fact you already signed Lazard because you already digging into his wish list.
Right.
Which Randall Cobb is a part of. I have no idea why.
Well, that's
I
his
would
outlet
sign
dude,
Lazard.
and he
I'd be
knows
like,
him
bro,
well.
Because they
He
gave
knows
up
him well.
Devontae, they wanted to.
Bro,
Right.
we got the
Pacify.
rookie of the year
Yeah.
sitting here.
That's his boy, and he's always been an
I gave you
outlet for him.
Lazard. That's it. I'm not saying Randall Cobb. I'm not saying what's the tight end been in the league 20 years. I'm not
Oh,
doing
Mercedes
that.
Lewis.
Yeah, Mercedes
Yeah,
Lewis.
I'm not doing that. Bro, I got you Lazard. We got a young core here. All we need basically is you. We good. So I'm not doing that because I still got to pay my people, my free agents. So I'm not signing some dudes that you just want to play with. And like you said, I don't even know if you're going to be here 2 years. This
Right.
could be a 1 year deal.
And the question still
But-
got to be: do you put us in the Super Bowl? We give all this up.
Well, I give you a great chance.
Are you risking it for the biscuit like the Rams did?
But at this point,
Putting it all on
Aren't
the
you
table?
all-
Not,
in.
even with Aaron Rodgers, they still not the best team in that division. Buffalo's
I
still
agree
the
with that.
best team in that division.
but
Next week we're gonna get into how he ranks in
But
the
if- but
quarterbacks.
if-
We're gonna get into
Yeah,
that
we're
next
going
week.
to that.
But let me
We're
ask you
gonna get
this.
into that.
If y'all the Jets, you all in at this point, bro. Like you gonna do
And that's the thing.
it. Like
You,
you said,
Kev,
you're gonna do it.
like the money head is
You all
one.
in.
That's your one. You
all in at this
you all
point.
in at this point. You gotta push all your chips in. It is what it is, man. We got
I
about
wouldn't-
3 minutes left,
I wouldn't
man.
give up one of my young players either.
Pardon the shots. DY, we're running around the table.
I know we didn't touch upon it this week. I've been looking real closely at the NBA standings as we getting closer and closer to playoff time. Hottest team in the league right now, Philadelphia, winning 7 in a row. Is Philly your pick to take the East this year?
No.
I'm still Milwaukee.
I got Milwaukee. Yeah, I got Milwaukee.
Man, listen. I had a wonderful time with y'all. It's great. You had to shake me out the bed to get me on set today, man, because of last night, man. But us being at the table together, man, it's a beautiful thing where we just talking. We just round about it, man. We back in the shops, man. If y'all want to come out and kick it with us, man, y'all can pull up to the table with us and kick it with us, because this is what we started this podcast doing. So, man, DY, man, love to have you back next week if you want to, because you add another dynamic and keeping this dude in check with some of his bullshit, you know.
Well, I agree with him on a few things.
We lost you on that one, but that's neither here nor there.
Different perspective, bro. I'm
But-
allowed to do.
But man, we'll be
Appreciate
back
everybody though, man.
next week, man. In the box, my kind of town. Lefty might even have a logic. I don't know what we gonna do next week, but we talking like we do in the cigar shops, man. So appreciate you guys. Love y'all, and like I always say, man, where there's smoke,
There's
There's the fellas.